truth is waking up. Cedar grays and dracos, a treaty that they broke, while the leaders of the nations in shadows awoke. But the star warriors wait in the blaze light, Hopi wisdom and Dogon, ending the night. We are making the leap, the dimensional shift, through the gateway of time. Our spirits will lift from serious doubt to the crop circle signs. The universe calls and the galaxy eyes. One world, one future, peace. A laser of light tears the fabric of space, a mystical portal for the human race. Sumerian secrets returning today, the spiritual ships are guiding the way. We are making the leap, the dimensional shift, through the gateway of time. Our spirits will live to say us down to the crop circle signs. The universe calls and the galaxy aligns. One world, one future, peace.
Okay, here we go. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brahbata, and I'm here in my show in order to bring you wisdom and to make you a bit more having a sunshiny day in your life. Because, to make it easy to understand, I'm a soul like every other soul is being embodied in a body on a planet, on a vessel, like anybody else. What makes me different is I have certain abilities, and I bring some magic with me that makes me talk through as being a channel medium of the higher sources of the universe, of the cosmos, the heaven, whatever you call it in your personal way of thinking, and how things work and interact together. The video we have just seen has been indeed some let me switch picture. The video we have just seen has indeed been some enormous impact on you, as I suppose, because what we're dealing with is a completely different sort of reality as your personal appearings and excitements in the world has been before. So what you might think is not acting around us. Look around and watch what's going on in the world. We later on in this show come to the point. I put it in the complete back of the show where I want to make some political statement indeed to the world's leaders and the nation keepers in some sort of way of thinking they have. And I will comment on that not in any further way so far as I can see it, but judge for yourself about the information you will be given. But as I said, this will be put at the very end of the show. So for those of you who want to stay in a focused, completely love issue, where there is no whatever talks about politics or society stuff or things like that, but just being some spreading of wisdom, teaching the word, and explaining some issues of life to you that you all, as me included, are going to experience in the upcoming times pretty soon, because things are starting now. It's getting started, ladies and gentlemen. Project World Peace 1.01 initiated. So we're calling this because there's been proverb before we could do this episode. What you are just attended to is a course in metaphysics, if you want so, because we will talk about the ancient wisdom of the Sumerians, of the ancient wisdom of the Egyptians, the ancient wisdom of the Hindus, and so forth on the whole planet. We can, when you do best research on my homepage for yourself, we can switch to each and every episode and each and every channel you want to listen to, and I will get access to it in the way I focus up on it, because I got permanent access to the so-called Akasha Chronicle, which is, as you could describe it in modern words, sort of the database of the universe, of the cosmos, which makes me, having no script, speaking totally, absolutely under control, being in the matter of being fully aware of myself. So, we will talk about definitely about all these space issues. We will talk about the UFOs and what's happening with the whole thing, because we have seen in the very beginning of the video, we do not only have friends, we also do have foes. And these foes, well, that's my... I leave it like this. These folks are enemies. They're interfering with us, and what I learned from the Bhagavad Gita, I would say, is love always reaches out its hand. One more time it gets bitten. But love may defend itself. And therefore, my personal doings in playing this game, as I've been the chosen one, will be avoid all pressure, all anxiety, all hatred, all bad energy, all that stuff, that puts you down, that puts you down, that puts me down. Avoid all this. Spread the word of love, of hope, because there is love and there is hope in the universe. The cosmos is overwhelmingly filled with love and hope, and so splendid, gorgeous things, like you can see the wonderworks of the heavens are doing right in the very next video. Have fun. The Sun Wonder of Matthew Goy.
Very bright.
Welcome home, dear star family, cosmic travelers, you're here with me. We're flying through the stars so bright, stepping into the new age of light. The portal opens, the air is sweet. Feel the rhythm, feel the beat. Zeta Reticules games are through. Draco shadows have no hold on you. We leave the fear and the past behind. True freedom is a state of mind. No more heavy chains, no more lies. Just a sparkle in our cosmic eyes.
It's very bright. It's very bright. Nice flashes. Oh, wow.
Welcome home, dear star family, cosmic travelers, you're here with me. We're flying through the stars so bright, stepping into the new age of light. The portal opens, the air is sweet. Feel the rhythm, feel the beat. Zeta Reticules games are through. Draco shadows have no hold on you. We leave the fear and the past behind. True freedom is a state of mind. No more heavy chains, no more lies. Just a sparkle in our cosmic eyes. Oh, we're dancing in the Aquarius glow. With love and wisdom, watch the frequency grow. From the heart of the galaxy, feeling the beat, where truth and spirit make life complete. Yeah, it's love, pure love, set it free. The universe is dancing with you and me. Look in the right eye, let the telepathy flow. Connect with the energy, watch the garden grow. Your mind is a receiver, clear and wide. With the spirit of love as our only guide, every thought is a bridge, every breath is a key. We're building a world that is finally free. Science and spirit in a grand design. The stars above in alignment shine. Earth is a living organism, awake and true. A cosmic home for me and you. Step through the gateway, let the old world fall. We stand together, answering the call. Oh, we're dancing in the Aquarius glow. With love and wisdom, watch the frequency grow. From the heart of the galaxy, feeling the beat, where truth and spirit make life complete. Yeah, it's love, pure love, set it free. The universe is dancing with you and me. With you and me.
It's very bright.
what is sudden change? This all happens by frequencies working overall and all around, while this world seems to be sometimes being notified in notes and whatever. What are we going to do in this peaceful moment? Well, I got one word on my mind. Let's be grateful. Just be grateful. Be grateful we are alive. We can breathe. And we can blink with our eyes. You know, I chat often. I do chat in a German chat, and I do chat, excuse me. I'm sorry. I do chat in a German chat, and I do chat in some international English-speaking chat, and maybe some friends from these places are here right now. I would love to have them joined right now. I heard 2 Australian chat friends wanted to come. My best greetings to those. I love you. And I thank you for the experiences I made through walking through this world. I had several things and issues I did. I've been some sort of CEO of Europe's eldest students organization in my younger years when I was mid-20, and I had a near-death experience which brought me totally to the spiritual path, and now I'm here, and I'm not exactly thrown into the situation I'm in, but I have no concept how I'm best to act in the upcoming time, because there is some enemy, definitely, and there's some good friends. And what I'm here for is to speak for the good friends, because what they need, urgently need, as I beg you to do that, on your mind, in your heart, take up a decision. Take a decision and choose for yourself to become, as I would prefer it, a member of the galactic family of mankind, a member of the galactic family of space nations, of the Galactic Federation of Light. With over 200,000 member star nations, which consists the whole particle as being called the Milky Way, we are currently driving in. And this is wonderful people to whom I just got some frequency change. I'm sorry. It's live. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm still here. It's just this is telepathic doings. I can explain that, but I do not want to bore you, because I explained that in very long periods before, like Rupert Sheldrake, professor of biology in Cambridge, England. He proclaimed his first suggested and now proclaims his idea of the morphogenetic fields, the morphic resonance. And through this morphic experience, I became a person who is able to switch telepathically channels in order to get certain ideas being driven into my mind as being possibly able to get be spread. This is the process of channeling in general. And it depends whom you channel, on which channel you switch in when you do it telepathically. I can show you how to do that, but that needs a bit of time. You must do that in another thing like in another session a bit later, because it's too much impact by now. Look at the time. What do we have? Okay. What can I do next? Besides all these wonderful experiences we just have seen in the video with the sun wonder of Matthew Goyer, I want to remind us all that there is something going on that's definitely different to all of this, what we have been taught, watching the news on television, or reading the newspaper, or listening to the radio broadcasting, whatever way, because it's so important, definitely so important, that we make up our minds for ourselves. Always judge for yourself. Do not listen to other people when they tell you how to act, when they excite you with some idea you do not even think about, but you use it for yourself and spread the word, which is sometimes dangerous. Please don't do that. Focus on the love word. Focus on the love letters. This is the impact I just got in here. And therefore, if you want to learn how you can switch these channels and block these driven ideas by the opposite side, which tries to get into your mind as well. And when you block those and focus back on love, you get the entrance to love and excitement and happiness. Therefore, we should be grateful for having magical techniques in order, like you use your smartphone. That's the idea behind it. You can you can energize it, I don't know, energize it, yes, you can energize it with in comparison with a smartphone. You can get ideas that you get into your head through the morphogenetic fields. You can take these ideas and store them in folders as you do on your smartphone. You can store them in folders, categorizing them in keep it, use it, in trash, in spam, in whatever you want to, in useful, in helpful, in whatever you take the lesson you get telepathically shown. You can store that for yourself and keep that on your mind for this happening if you want so, because later in your life, whenever you think of just one clue of the long period of listening to such a long telepathic given translation and issue, just after you've been doing this once and listening to this, you only need to remember one little particle to remember that you are fully aware and being able to do telepathy whenever you follow what I will teach you, because that's my job, that's what I'm here for, and that's my name. I'm Brahbata, I'm the Messiah, I'm the Buddha, I'm the Mahdi, I'm the Bahana, I'm the whoever, I'm Manjushri. My best thanks to my Buddhist family. I love you, I love you, I love you. Thank you. Okay, that was a live transmission, I'm sorry. Hope everything is fine. I must switch to another issue that's on my mind. I definitely do not want to put you out of your listening. But what you see there is the happenings, what's happening to my wife currently. And as you may can see and feel, I'm totally in discomfort, but I still keep on going. Why am I keep on going? Because I'm praying whenever I feel fear. Father, take me back. Put the faith back in me, put the trust back in me, put the love back in me, put the happiness back in me. And whenever I look at my wife, the image I got of her, whenever this is, I see such a shining beauty, such a wonderful beauty of mind, not of her body, not of her appearance, not of her awesome, splendid appearance. No, I mean her soul. You should have seen her. She's such a tough lady. She's a queen. She's a queen. She's really a queen, you know. Look what she's been through. And she still holds to me. She's my one and only love. And I simply have no chance to help her in any way anymore because I'm a poor man. I live from welfare. And why do I live from welfare? Because the doctors call me I'm paranoid schizophrenic. What you saw just a minute ago, 2 minutes ago, and what you see right in this very moment, do you call it paranoid schizophrenic, or would you call it a bit different, like having seen a miracle? Could it be that way? Judge for yourself. I invite you to make up your mind. I definitely do not want in any way to put you into the appearance of I would beg you for money, which would help, but I will not do so. Definitely not. Angela, my darling, I switch to next episode. See how strong she flies. And yeah. Okay. There we are. Garden. Okay, we're back in the garden. What can I say? Okay, I was on track of Angela. Can you imagine how my heart feels if I'm not, and I definitely can't financially help her? This could really kill me, you know, this feeling of ignorance I earned when I tried to follow my ideas as being the chosen one. And it's strange somehow sometimes how you are getting treated when you made up a decision on your mind, which definitely is a decision that's been driven by your heart. This is not understandable. Okay, but nevertheless, what I want to invite you to, if you want so, if you find these things going on here in whatever way somehow helpful or not, I apologize. I just see the chat isn't working. I don't know why it's not in here. It should have been working all the time. But I'm sorry, I apologize. Next time the chat will be working. I'm sorry. In case you want to share a bit of these ideas, like making a statement, like getting into some t-shirt or laptop sleeve or whatever, you can look in my shop if you want so. I would be happy, but just please, I'm not please, I'm not some guru or person like wanting to and now he's coming, he wants us to buy in the shop. No, definitely not. This is just to spread the word, man. And this is to spread the word, because when you get a t-shirt which is out of my shop and which is in brahbata design, which consists of some ancient Atlantis photographs, which consists of some graphics and whatever, different products. When you buy such a thing, you do something good, because every cent I earn with this money will go to charity, everything. And maybe I have to pay taxes, I don't know. If so, I will. You know, I don't need a penny for my life. Come on, I can do magic. So what do I need a penny for my life? I need life. I need life in my life, and I need life for my friends. And therefore, I'm a charity man. I am a member of, was it that? Avaz, I'm a member of Avaz, of Greenpeace, of... Oh, come on. No, I'm sorry, I'm switching channels back to a personality. I must explain that. I will. I'm sorry. Give me a second. Hold on. I must explain that paranoid schizophrenic thing, because you see me in different moods and different stages in my appearance, which makes you analyze me with your doctor's mood you apparently have, which is totally okay, but you should understand that these are parts of my personality that I can switch on and off. And the thing is, if you have several personalities which are different, bring them together, dearest doctors. When you bring them together and they are all being part of you, nothing can go wrong, simply nothing can go wrong, because in whatever region of your mind you switch yourself you're into, this region is something and somehow cooperating with the other regions, which seems to be some schizophrenic episodes for you in your study book analysis. And therefore I have different experiences in my life, you see, and I definitely do trust my understanding of how things work together in a mental and in a psychological way. And I've studied that for myself as well. I've been laying at a psychotherapist for 4 years on the couch, and I had that 2 times a week, and I learned to understand how I think and how things work in me. I have all this knowledge you got. I have experienced it. You have read it, and you teach it. That's the difference, the only difference of them. Okay, so don't jitsu me. Okay, what I do want to say, I mentioned the shop. Okay, what I now suggest is the following. Let me see, can I switch over? Yeah. Okay, what I now suggest is the following. You have been seeing magical show so far, and looked somehow strange as I can think so, and all I can say is when I look around and when I listen to the words of the people I get in contact with which is on the street, sometimes, which is mostly online, and when I get in contact with the people, I see about the troubles in the world, and therefore I got sent. I didn't search for them, but I got sent 2 videos that I want to show you, and I will not comment them, but I think it's time that we all should know about these things, because some of them are definitely not being shown by our usual broadcasting media. Have fun. After the videos, there's an ending screen, and I will say goodbye.
Norwegian Prime Minister Jonas Gahr Støre has called for a complete boycott of Israel, saying that the world has now woken up and Israel is becoming worse than Hitler. Israel should be blacklisted and all trade and diplomatic relations with it should be completely ended. America should also recognize its real enemy, who dragged it into this war with Iran. The day is not far when American youth will rise against Trump and the American establishment. Netanyahu is the biggest killer of this century, who has murdered hundreds of thousands of children.
Good evening. Colombia has maintained a clear and consistent position on the Palestinian issue since the very beginning. We continue to recognize Palestine as a free and independent state.
This Zionist regime has occupied Palestine. These are the same Zionists who had no existence before 1948. They have killed so many innocent children and people. If anyone deserves to be called a terrorist, it is Israel, Netanyahu and his minister. Colombia's stance against Israel has always been the same and will remain the same. I believe Pakistan has made a very good decision by not recognizing Israel. I urge all countries to cooperate in blacklisting Israel. Thank you.
Okay, so please stay focused on the love you have seen, stay focused on the magic you have seen, stay focused on being yourself in whatever way you want to be, and be it in the way that is the highest expression of yourself you can ever become to, and which you can work on to become to fully in your caritative, wonderful life. Have a good night. Thank you all for your attention, and I hope things will get changed by now.